Yep, it's a rather challenging feat to get rid of love handles. The whole workout won't take more than 5 minutes. Number 1. Russian twists. Sit down on an exercise mat with your legs bent at the knee and feet flat on the floor. Your upper body should be leaning back at 45 degrees to the ground. Pick up a dumbbell, not me, and hold it with both hands. Lift your feet off the floor, cross them at the ankles, and balance on your backside. Twist your upper body to the right and touch the floor next to your side with the dumbbell. Now, rotate your torso to the left and, again, touch the weight to the ground. Repeat this movement 40 times, which makes 20 times on each side. All the while, keep balancing with your upper body and feet raised off the ground. 2. Bicycle crunches. Lie down on your back with your legs bent at the knee. Your thighs should be perpendicular and your calves parallel to the floor. Put your hands behind your head, fingers interlocked, like that. Tighten your abs and lift your shoulders and upper back off the floor. While rotating your torso, move your right elbow toward your left knee. They should meet over the middle of your body. Straighten your right leg but keep it off the floor. Now change your position by raising your right leg and lowering the left one. This time, your left elbow should meet with your right knee. Do 30 crunches as quickly as possible. Try to keep your upper body off the floor throughout the whole exercise. Get equipped for any season with brand new Brightside merch. Click the link and grab your print. 3. Swimmers. Lie down on your stomach with your arms stretched out in front of you, parallel to each other. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. Raise your right arm and your left leg off the floor and hold them in the air for a few seconds. Then lower them back down to the ground. Repeat the same movement for your left arm and right leg. Do 10 reps on each side. 4. Wood choppers. Stand straight with your feet hip-width apart with one dumbbell in your hands. Put your body weight on your left leg. Use both of your hands to raise the weight up to your left shoulder. Then twist your body down in a chopping motion toward your right hip, as if you were cutting down a large tree. Your knees and feet should pivot with the twist. Lift the weight back up to your left shoulder. Do 20 reps on your left side. Then repeat the same motion 20 times on your right side. 5. Side plank hip lifts. Get into a side plank position with your right elbow on the ground and your right hip and leg resting on the floor. Engage your abs and lift the lower part of your body off the floor. Keep your body in a straight line. Stay in this position for 2 seconds and then get back to the floor. Repeat 15 times on the right side. Then do 15 reps on the left side. 6. Side squats. Stand straight with your feet wide apart, the toes turned slightly out. Your arms should be stretched out in front of you at shoulder height. Bend your left leg at the knee and push your hips backward. Lower yourself down over your left leg until your thigh is parallel to the floor. Keep your right leg as straight as possible and your heels down on the floor. Then straighten your left leg and return to the starting position. Bend your right leg at the knee and squat over it. This time, make sure your left leg is straight. Do 10 reps for each side. Side squats target mainly your lower body, but this exercise also gives your abdominal and oblique muscles a nice workout, which will melt love handles away. 7. Knee drop. Take an exercise ball or make a ball out of a thick towel. Lie down with your back on an exercise mat. Keep your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Put the ball between your knees and stretch your arms to the sides. While keeping the ball in place, drop your knees to the right until you touch the floor or feel stretch in your lower back and hips. Stay in this position for a few seconds, then tighten your abs and move your knees to the left. Do 20 reps on each side. Remember not to hurry and don't do sudden movements. If you want to enjoy the results as soon as possible, do these exercises regularly, at least 3 times a week. Once they become too simple for you, repeat the entire set 3 times in a row. Move from one exercise to another as fast as you can. In addition to this set, try to have a half an hour cardio session every other day. It can be as simple as skipping public transport on your way home after work. Researchers from Duke University in North Carolina studied a group of people for 8 months. They discovered that those who walked for about 30 minutes 6 times a week didn't gain any belly fat within this time. An effective way to forget about love handles is cycling. If you don't have an opportunity to ride a real thing, you can use an exercise bike. Quickly shifting from side to side while riding it will work your oblique muscles. You can also try a hula hoop. This exercise is fun, but it works wonders for toning your sides. Put on some music and move your hips, maneuvering the hula hoop lower and higher around your waist. Once you feel your oblique muscles kick in, the process of losing love handles has begun. Other tips to lose love handles are even simpler and more pleasurable. For example, sleep more. Not getting enough sleep raises the levels of cortisol, the main stress hormone which works as your body's built-in alarm system. If cortisol levels are high, you can start to put on weight. One study was following 1,000 people for 5 years. The researchers found out that the participants who slept fewer than 5 hours per night had more belly fat than those who had 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Relieve your stress. That's another reason why your body might be releasing cortisol. Figure out what makes you stress out. Try to change your schedule so that you're less busy. If your stress is caused by something that's out of your control, learn to handle it in a healthy way. Running, yoga, meditation, drawing, or keeping a journal can help. You don't have to cut down on all kinds of carbs, just replace refined carbohydrates with complex ones. In other words, instead of serving pasta, white rice, and white bread, opt for beans, sweet potatoes, brown rice, and oats. Complex carbs are digested more slowly because they contain lots of fiber. That's why they keep your hunger at bay throughout the day. It helps you eat less. Ditch added sugar. If there's lots of it in your diet, you're likely to have excess body fat, especially in the waist area. You can find added sugar not only in candies, cookies, sodas, or sports drinks. Such sweeteners as honey, agave nectar, table sugar, and corn syrup contain fructose. It's a simple sugar that causes belly fat. Fats won't harm your body, but only if they're healthy. Some of the products containing such fats are avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oils, and fatty fish. Healthy fats can actually slim your waistline. A study of more than 7,000 people found that those who followed a high-fat diet with olive oil and fish lost more weight than those who were on a low-fat diet. Another study showed that people who ate avocados tended to have less belly fat and weighed less than those who didn't. Eat regularly. This way you won't have blood sugar spikes, which often lead to belly weight gain. To get rid of love handles, eat small meals several times a day at the same time. And try to avoid snacking after 8 p.m. See? Nothing to it. Yeah, right.
While sit-ups may be the go-to ab workout, they're not the best. 1. Sit-ups target more than just abs, but require perfect form, which is difficult for beginners. 2. They are super easy to cheat at. And 3. Doing them incorrectly can easily cause back pain. They're a less safe version of a crunch. To do a crunch, lie on your back, bend your knees so your feet are flat on the floor. Put your hands behind your head with your fingertips touching each other, and lift your head and shoulders off the mat in a smooth motion. Make sure your lower back is pressed to the floor the whole time. Then lower yourself back down and repeat. Another good ab exercise for beginners is the bird dog. Simply kneel with your knees hip-width apart and hands firmly on the ground, about shoulder-width apart. Lift one hand and the opposite knee just off the floor, while balancing on the other hand and knee. Make sure to keep your weight centered. While this is a good move, it's lower down on our list as it also helps your lower back, glutes, and thighs. It's not just an isolated ab workout. The V-up combines torso movement from sit-ups with extended legs. It's great for balance, mobility, and quad strength. Lie on your back, then fully extend your arms and legs upwards to form a V shape. Think of it as though you're trying to fold yourself in half while balancing on your pelvis. Next up, Beast Hold. For this, place your arms shoulder-width apart with your knees bent on the ground. Then engage your core. Raise your knees off the ground, keeping your feet on the floor. Then see how long you can hold this position. Try a minute to start. To make this more advanced, you can also crawl back and forth while in this position. Our next exercise is the hollow rock. Lie on your back with your arms over your head. Then crunch your abs by raising your legs and arms from the floor. Shift your weight so that you rock backwards and forwards slightly while maintaining the hollow position. Make sure not to uncrunch your abs for this one. We've all heard of the plank, and it is effective, which is why it makes it on this list. It also helps strengthen your arms, hips, and quads. So if you're looking for just a core exercise, the plank might not be your best option. The hover is another great exercise similar to the plank. For this one though, you'll be resting on your elbows, rather than being in a push-up position. A handy bit of equipment is to have an ab wheel or ab roller. Simply bend your knees and tense your core. Then just roll the wheel out in front of you by extending your arms. The wheel is great as it targets multiple muscles within the core at different angles. Next up is the Russian twist. Start by sitting on the floor and bringing your legs straight out. Then lean back so that your torso and legs form a broad angle. Then, using your core to balance, twist your torso from side to side without moving your legs. Make sure to avoid just moving your arms from one side to the other though. You should be rotating your whole upper body from left to right. Next, the candle raise. Lying on your back, roll back onto your shoulders and lift your hips and legs into the air. Your abs will be activated when you push up. The dead bug exercise is another popular way to strengthen your core and improve stability. Lie on your back with your feet and hips at 90-degree angles. Extend your arms directly up in the air. Start by lowering your left arm and extending your right leg. Stop both just before they touch the ground. Then return to your starting position and repeat to the other side. The longer you extend your legs, the more effective the exercise. To make it even more effective, lift your shoulders off the ground too. The mountain climber is a core training staple. You need enough abdominal strength to hold yourself in a basic plank position. Ensure your pelvis is tilted backwards so that you're alternately bringing each knee to your chest. Think of a sprinter starting a race. Remember with this one, that if your pelvis isn't extended correctly, your abs won't be properly worked out. Another great exercise for beginners is the simple but effective heel tap. In a static crunch position, stretch out your arms and bend your body so that you alternately tap each heel. It can help tighten the entire side ab wall and is perfect for those looking to build a six-pack. For our next exercise, the reversed crunch. Start lying down with your arms by your sides. Then raise your legs and make sure your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Breathe out, bring your knees up towards your chest, and raise your hips off the floor. Hold the position, then slowly lower your legs back to your starting point. Avoid arching your back, as it's important to keep the tension at every point. The long lever plank is a better version of the traditional plank. For this one, bring your feet and elbows together. Then walk your feet backwards so that your elbows are almost at your forehead. Then, like with other planks, just hold this position for as long as you can. The side plank is another one of the simplest and best movements you can do. Lie on your side with your knees bent and prop your upper body up onto your elbow. Then, raise your hips off the floor and hold this position. Again, try for a minute, then repeat on your opposite side. The torso track is also a great bit of kit. You can buy one for yourself at home or head down to the gym for this one. There are so many different ways to use it, and it's for basically anyone, no matter what your fitness level. The simplest exercise using the torso track is to contract your abs and push forward as far as possible. Just pull yourself back and that's it. Now, let's get into our top 5. For the vertical leg crunch, place your hands folded on your neck. Bring your legs up and extend them, keeping your lower back flat on the floor. Then, curl your upper body and lift your shoulder blades off the floor, just like in a regular crunch. At number 4 are crunches on an exercise ball. Using a ball stops any hard surface hurting your spine, which helps you perform the movements more precisely. This exercise increases lower back strength, supports the spine, and promotes better posture. It can also be around 40% more effective than doing a regular crunch. Taking our number 3 position is the captain's chair. Start by sitting on a chair and gripping either side. Tighten your core while doing this. Then, attempt to lift both knees up at the same time. This exercise can also be switched up and adapted to your skill set. If you're more advanced, try extending both legs and holding them there. Our second best ab exercise is the bicycle crunch. Start by lying on the ground with your lower back pressed onto the floor. Place your hands lightly on the sides of your head, then lift one leg off the ground and extend it. Then, lift your other leg and bend your knee towards your chest. As you do this, touch the opposite arm towards the raised knee. This should twist your core. Keep on doing this while alternating sides for around 10 repetitions. And topping our list of best ab exercises is the hollow body crunch. Lie face up and press your lower back against the floor. Raise your arms and legs and fully engage your core. Lift your head and shoulders off the ground, but make sure not to tuck your chin into the chest. Then, hold this position. It's best to start with 10 or 20 seconds. This is one of the best ab exercises as it doesn't rely on other muscles or require a lot of mobility. It also activates both your upper and lower abs as you're tilting your pelvis and raising your shoulders off the ground. Dumbbells, unlike the barbell bench press, let both of your arms do equal shares of work. They also engage smaller muscles, not just big ones, and are great for building your chest. Start with a quick warm-up to get your muscles ready. Superman hold. Lie on the floor with your face down. Extend your arms and legs. Keep your glutes tight. Lift your thighs and feet a couple inches off the ground. While doing this, lift your arms and chest in the air too, squeezing the back muscles. Hold it like that for 2 to 3 seconds, then go back to the floor. That's 1 rep. Do 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Mobile table. Sit on the floor with palms and feet flat on the ground. Lift your hips so that your body is parallel to the floor and your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Engage your core and look at the ceiling when you're up. Hold it like that for 2 to 3 seconds and go down. Do it like this for 45 to 60 seconds. Bridged floor press. Lie down on your back and bend your knees. Feet are flat on the ground. Dumbbells are over the chest with palms facing each other. Go up with your hips. Squeeze the glutes while pressing the balls of the feet to the ground. Your body needs to be a straight line from shoulders to the knees. Go down with hips and dumbbells together. Stop when you're at the bottom. Then go back up in the bridged position as you bring the dumbbells back together. When doing this exercise, you're not only activating your chest, but hamstrings and glutes too. Fly press. Lie on a bench, hold dumbbells above the chest at arm's length, palms are faced inward. Now go down with dumbbells out to the sides. Do slow and controlled movements. As you're lowering the dumbbells, bend the elbows at the same time and squeeze the shoulder blades together. You'll feel a comfortable stretch in your chest. The elbows go down at a 90-degree angle. If you can't get into a fully stretched position, reduce the range of motion. Go back, contract your chest, and fully straighten the arms until you're back where you started. You can do an incline version of this exercise too. Fly press is a great workout for both building muscles and strengthening the shoulders. One arm, one leg dumbbell row. This exercise challenges your entire body, but primarily targets the chest and the lats, and stretches the hamstrings too. Stand on your right leg and grip a stable surface in front. For instance, a bench or dumbbell rack with the right hand. Now, bend, drop your chest, and lift the left leg. Take your dumbbell with your left hand and pull it to the side of your waist, with elbows bent at around a 90-degree angle. After 10 reps, switch sides. If you're doing good, you won't have to hold for a bench. This exercise will tell you if your balance is good enough, and it's a great way to improve it if you have to. Keep your core engaged and back flat. Don't let your shoulders go forward. Dumbbell push-ups. This exercise will target the upper back, core, arms, shoulders, and of course, your chest. Grip dumbbells and go into a plank position. The palms are facing down. Do these push-ups on your toes, but if you aren't ready for that, go on your knees. Your core needs to be firm and tight, and your back flat. Go down with your body closer to the ground, but don't touch it. Bend the elbows and stop at the bottom before you push yourself back into the starting position. When in starting position, rotate your shoulders down and back. Tuck your pelvis to protect your lower back from excess strain. This is a full body exercise. If these push-ups are too much for you, go with the regular ones until you master them and go back to dumbbell push-ups. Standing upward chest fly. This one's good for your arms, shoulders, and chest. Stand upright with weights in your hands. Feet are shoulder width apart, arms down, straight aside. Bring them up and in from shoulder width and to chest level. Your palms are facing the ceiling when they're up, and your arms are parallel to the ground. Focus on proper form rather than a number of reps. Keep your back flat and your core engaged. You're looking straight ahead. Don't put your head down. Start with lighter weights, which you can gradually increase as you're doing better. Dumbbell fly on a stability ball. If you have a stability ball, you can add that too. It will work out your entire body and improve balance. Sit on the stability ball with your feet extended forward. Walk until the neck, upper back, and shoulders are on top of the ball. Your body should be parallel to the ground while your knees are at a 90-degree angle. Hold the weights in your hands. Palms are facing in towards the center. Now extend your arms until they're perpendicular to the floor. Slowly lower the weights out to the sides. Control the movement. When you feel a nice stretch in your chest and dumbbells are pointed straight out, stop. Go back to the starting position. Squeeze the chest when your hand is going back together. That will engage the pectoral muscles. If you want to have better assistance and support from your legs, put your feet apart a little bit wider. But if you want to make it more challenging, place them close together. Stability ball dumbbell pullovers. Get in the same starting position as for the previous exercise. Your feet are going forward until the upper part of your body is flat on the stability ball. Keep your knees bent, body parallel with the ground. This is called the bridge position. Both hands are holding one end of your weight above your chest. Arms are straight. The core is engaged and firm. The lower back is as straight as possible during the entire workout. Now lower the dumbbell over and behind your head. Your arms need to be in line with the rest of your body. It's a slow and controlled movement. Don't swing the dumbbell. Pause right there and raise the weight until you're back to the starting position. If you ditch the stability ball and move to the floor with your feet slightly up while doing the exercise, this becomes the workout that challenges your entire body.
Make your life brighter and get a bright side tee. Pick your own print. Just follow the link below.
Svend press. You're in a starting position, feet hip width apart, and the chest is out, shoulders pulled back. Grip the dumbbells overhand. Your palms are down, arms are bent at the elbow, so the dumbbells are parallel with the ground. Now you're in the starting position. Extend your arms out and push the weights until the elbows are straight. Your chest muscles need to be engaged when you're holding your arms like this. Fully extend the muscles and squeeze the weights throughout the entire workout so you can keep the constant tension in your chest muscles. Pause a little bit, then go back to the starting position. Crush press. This exercise is also known as squeeze press. It focuses on the middle part of your chest. You're down on a flat bench with two dumbbells in your hands. Hold them on the chest. Palms are facing one another. Press them together in the center. That's the starting position. While the weights are pressed together, Push them to arm's length over the chest. Do it slowly. Stop for a moment, squeeze those chest muscles, and take it really slow. Reverse the action and go back to the starting position. Standing chest press. Take one dumbbell, stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Your hands are on either side of the dumbbell. Hold it between the palms at chest level. Bend the arms just a little bit at the elbow. Squeeze the dumbbell with your palms. This activates the chest muscles. Your arms are extended and straight, pushing the dumbbell away from the chest. Now go back to where you've started. Don't lower the dumbbell over the shoulder and engage your core to keep the lower back safe.